if I look at a lot of things online, you're painted to be the guy who's arrogant. You know what I mean? The guy who's pompous. The guy who, he don't like rules. He don't like he's only going his own way, or he's disrespectful. But I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that side of you. Why do you think, or do you think you even misunderstood? Because I asked you that question up there, and I was like, you got to show more of this.
I feel like being in the position I'm in, some situations I probably didn't handle with the best maturity. Probably the situation as in late or walking off the field. And anytime you have a paradigm shift, you realize, outside your own head, because in life we all live in our own head in regards of what you got to do, who you got to pay, what you got to accomplish, who you got to take care of. So when you look at things from a paradigm perspective, it's like you just take responsibility and have a different shape of lens of how you look at the world. We all evolving people. We all not our best self. We all working towards to be our best self. So that's why I got the meditation room, to always remind myself, to stay centered on being my best self. But, being in this position, you don't know how to be rich. You don't have a family to teach you how you to be rich. So, of course, if someone taking from you, no matter it's 5,000, 50,000, 500,000, it's a principle. And I think we just got to do a better way of, responding to disrespect and learning how to be rich and learning what I represent and who I represented too. So
I'm glad you said something, because I think, number one, I think you're alluding to humility, and even hearing you say, like, just even acknowledging that maybe in hindsight you could have handled things maybe a little differently. But also, what I did say to you upstairs, I said, yo, one thing I realized about you, which I don't think get the credit, is that, when people have conversations about anything you do, they're always watching your pockets. It's like, yo, why is he doing that? He's fucking up the money. He's money. And I said to you, it really kind of tells me by a lot of your actions, sometimes you're going off principles and just how you view things more than you're chasing the bag.
Right.
And even to the recent situation, I've seen and I know it's not about the money, but it's probably the principle. Like, somebody took some money from me, like it was like $5,000, but of course, you just wasn't gonna go for that. Like,
yeah, you can't go for that.
How does that manifest itself? Like, when it comes to, there's a lot of money on the line, but then you might feel disrespected. Yeah, I think morally, you might feel conflicted. Like, how do you deal with these situations?
Those are things you gotta learn to deal with, because there's no examples that told us how it's gonna be like that, or don't react for the small money because you might mess up the big money. But in regards to life, it's like, I already made a lot of money playing football. That's what you play football for, to make a better life, to make a lot of money. So in some principles of form of how people look at it, they're not in my situation of like already having money. So I think for me, it's just, just changing the shift for how you look at things in regards of everyone's built on 3 phases: physical, mental, and emotion. So emotionally, I think when things didn't go my way, because we all got enough ability to overcome adversity to get what we want out of life. So it's just about remembering the goal, and it's not about, everyone see a reaction, but they don't know the actions that led up to the reaction. And we don't want to be a victim of someone did you wrong, you know what I mean? Because I'm from Liberty City, and I'm blessed. You see how I live now, so it's like we control our destiny and what we want to be, and you can overcome adversity to accomplish any goal. And for me, the adversity, I faced with walking off the field, there's a lot of things that built up to that situation. But at the same time, I still could have handled my adversity to be able to get the goal that I want. And
do you regret that?
No, I don't regret it, because in my heart, I feel like that was where I was at the time.
Well, do you regret walking off? Not feeling how you probably felt, because shit led up to it, but maybe you're like, I could have dealt with that after the game.
Yeah, I still feel like, I did what I did, you know what I mean, for the truth of my heart, you know what I mean? Just that situation alone, just trying to be able to force the play and not be able to play and do what I want to do. So, as a player, you got rights. So I feel like for him, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we all made of emotions. In the grand scheme of the things, I got to remember what I wanted. And I think in my mind, I already knew what I wanted, and I just didn't feel the love or the embracement for the team. And for them to put me in that position, I was just like, I was over it. But I'm just saying that life in general, like, if you got a goal for what you want, you can overcome any adversity to get the goals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, what I did, it's not to tell people to quit or give up. It's to, allow people to know, like, yo, don't let adversity get in the way of your goal. My goal from being with the Bucks and the time we spent, it kind of changed because the things I went through that people may have not understood. You know what I mean? It was
a Super Bowl champ with them, man. Like there's a lot of there's a highs of highs with them, man. Did you ever think about, because when some people try to analyze that situation, they look at it as, for example, football it's a huge team sport, right?
Yeah.
And they look at it like, well, even if you felt a certain type of way, you're hanging your guys out to dry.
Exactly.
Like you're isolating them, you're making them feel like,
Exactly.
and they'll use like words like, yo, that's a locker room cancer or whatever the case is, kind of basically saying certain people, they come in to a team sport and make it all about themselves. Yeah. And they try to drive that narrative about you, Yeah. And like, obviously you're a tremendous player, but how do you kind of just make sure, people know you as well, you're a great team player, but of course stuff like that happens.
Well, obviously I'm a great team player, Tom Brady vouched for me in the lowest time to come play with him, to help him win, and we won. But not every football team player is my friend. You know what I'm saying? And God's not jealous of you because you're talent. God's jealous how other people react to you. So it's not about, what I mean, making it about you. It's an ultimate team game. But in regards to the game, what I mean, people get jealous. People get jealous. And, I came back at a humble role, coming off the bench, salary, proven salary. So, I think I was showing that I was humble, grateful to just get an opportunity to play. I think it get misconstrued with all the other things because, like, Tampa Bay didn't want me at all. Tom May didn't want me.
Really?
Yeah, they put that on record a bunch of times. So it was like, end of the day, these guys didn't really treat me with respect or give me the, I'm the head, not the tail, man. So it's like certain respect and from teammates. Like, I don't hang around teammates. I don't go to guys' houses. It's not like it's a friendship where, like, they like to say, like, whereas I'm going to come to Akademiks' crib. Some of these guys never been to my house. Some of these guys, Tom Brady never, I've been to his house plenty of times. He came to my house one time, but he never came to my house and my kids like, yo, that's Tom Brady.
You feel like the love wasn't kind of reciprocated in a way.
It ain't about love. It's just, it's just a business. We got a job. Like, you probably go to your station, go to your show, you work with a lot of people. That don't mean you're your friends.
That's true.
I mean, and some teammates, it's not like everyone's your friend or your team. Some of these guys, envious. Not because of the talent, because how others react to you. And I can't control what my teammates say. I know one thing my teammate cannot say, that I never put in hard work, that I never gave up, and I give them the best chance to win. And I bring the best energy that affect the people in the room.